Start by drawing a triangle wherever you want on your page. Attached to, but below, draw another triangle about the same size as your first triangle. From the corner where the two triangles meet, draw a line, a short line from each side, kind of like little arms, angled up. Then connect to make another triangle at the top. Make sure you do that with both sides. Then you're going to connect to make triangles on the bottom. I recommend using a ruler for all your lines if you want it to be super straight. The best way to do this is to line up the ruler with the bottom point and the top point off just the slightest bit so you have room for your pencil. Hold the ruler as still as you can get it so that it doesn't move while you draw your lines. Now I'm going to draw two more. This one I'm going to make my triangle that I start with skinnier and longer to give it a slightly different look. I'm not using rulers on this one, but I recommend if you want your lines to be super straight that you use a ruler. I'm going to try it one more time. This time I'm starting with a shorter, wider triangle. The bottom one I'm going to make longer. Again, you can see my lines are kind of wonky because I'm not using a ruler. So if you want it to be perfect, use a ruler. On this one, my top triangles are going to go out really wide, and then my side triangles are going to be skinny. Again, use a ruler if you don't want it to be wonky. I'm tracing my lines with a Sharpie to get nice crisp edges, and then I'm going to erase all the pencil lines. For this gemstone, we're going to start with a pentagon. This is going to be the inner pentagon. I'm just kind of drawing out a shape with 5 sides. Again, if you use a ruler, you'll get nice straight lines. I'm just kind of evening my lines out so that it's more equal on each side. I'm not too worried about this being perfect. I just want it to be semi-even. And I'm erasing the lines that I don't want so that I kind of have the shape exactly how I want it. Now I'm going to start with the outer ring. So from each corner, I'm going to draw a little straight line out. Try to make the lines even in size, approximately. Now I'm going to connect so that those two lines are parallel, so that my outer edge is parallel to the inner edge of my pentagon. So I'm just connecting all of those short lines together. If they're kind of uneven, no big deal. It's art. It doesn't have to be precise if you don't want it to be. Let's try this little red gemstone next. Now, the video I made for this was kind of glitchy, so I took some screenshots instead. So here are the steps. Start by drawing a rectangle for the inside of your gemstone, that middle portion. Next, you're going to draw a small triangle pointing to each corner of your rectangle. Once you have a triangle in each corner, connect the triangles along the outside edge, making sure that the line you draw on the outside is parallel. It follows the lines on the inside rectangle. It should look something like that when you're finished with this step. Another way to get here is to start by drawing the outside ring first. Once you have the outside ring, you can add a rectangle in the middle and then add the 2 lines to connect the outside. I think the first way is easier, but some people might like this method better. The next step is to add X's in your smaller rectangles. So on each side from corner to corner, draw an X. Trace it with pen or Sharpie, and then erase your pencil lines so you have a nice, clean image. For the diamond, we're going to start with the biggest triangle. So draw a large V on your paper and then connect the top part to make a triangle. From the top points of that triangle, add those little arms going up at an angle, and then add your 2 lines going down to the point to make those skinny triangles. Next, we're going to add 2 lines going up and a straight line across. Now we're going to add in some top triangles. So above our first triangle, we're going to make a triangle to the top edge, and then we're going to put 2 smaller triangles on each edge. This will give us a total of 5 triangles in the top section. Straighten out your lines or go back and get a ruler to make them super straight. Then on the very top, I'm just going to add a tiny little shape up there to kind of make the top of the diamond barely visible. Now the trick to coloring gemstones is that each face of your form, your 3-dimensional gemstone, needs to have some slightly different colors. So you're going to want to really work on your shading and highlights. Put in some random highlights. Make sure you have dark, mediums, and lights of the same color. So when you are coloring, pick a family. So like in this one, I've got purple and pinks, but it's the same color family. And then add in areas of lights, mediums, and darks. If you want, you can pause the video at various points so you can match my colors, or use it as a reference and change the colors on which gemstone. It doesn't really matter. Have fun. Make it a rainbow gemstone if you want. I can't wait to see what you guys create with your projects.